So I want to start this off by just saying I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone that I left in the dark while I went silent for over a month. It took me a long time before I felt like it wasn't me being fake in front of a camera, before I felt like it was appropriate for me to come back and start doing YouTube videos. A lot has happened in a short amount of time, and I feel like it's now time to talk about it. So I'll be returning to YouTube starting probably next week. This is the first video in that entry, and I've been going through some serious stuff. So let's start off. First off, I have some positives in my life. I got contacted by LinkedIn by a company who wanted me to work with them. Working for this company, I've pulled numerous days of crazy amounts of overtime, which weirdly enough, for the first time in my life, didn't feel like overtime. I felt like I was making a change, and the change actually mattered. And I was getting a lot of feedback and awesome responses from the people I work with. The company that I am with now is just phenomenal, amazing, and I'm so happy that I made the move. Will I always miss the previous jobs that I've been to? Yes, I still miss Target. I still reminisce about the times I was at Target. I still miss Kmart, even though it was like the wild, wild west, and it's still funny to me today to hear the stories that come out of there. And I miss Home Depot and the connections I've made with the people there. Even though I don't say it out loud, even though I'm bad with communication, I do miss everyone there every single day. And I hope if they still do watch my YouTube videos that they see that. The new place that I'm at now is closer to my home, which means it takes a lot less time for me to get there. As you guys probably know, it was taking me 2 to 3 hours each day just going there, and then 2 to 3 hours to get back. And that was taking a toll on me physically and mentally. During orientation / training of this new job, I got word that my aunt wasn't doing so well and that she was in the hospital. And then pretty much the same day, I got word that she had passed. And in order to understand why this is so significant to me, why I'm struggling with my emotions and trying to push forward from this, I feel like you would have to know my background. So I was adopted. I was raised in a family that was more like a village. I had my immediate family, which was my mom, my father. Mom was a little Filipino lady. She is a Filipino lady. My father was a retired Navy man, black man who had very, very set morals. He always kept my morals in the right direction, and he was a very, very smart individual who taught me a lot about life. Along with him, I had extended friends of the family. However, I never saw them as such because of how I was raised. The people that they had a tight-knit group that they grew up with, they all knew each other through military, and then the military wives all came together to make this tight-knit group of friends. Growing up, I never understood how anyone met. I just knew everyone as aunt and uncle, and then extended family from there. This is how I went about seeing life as I grew up. I always carried my last name Torres, even though my family's last name that I grew up in was Brooks. I never really took the time to analyze that. I just took it as is and never knew that I was adopted until in my late teens, um, is when I finally got to meet my mother. So that being said, there's certain individuals in my life that helped raise me, that had a significant impact in who I am today, and who I credit my personality, my intelligence, everything to. Are the people that helped my mother and my father raise me, and my nephew before he passed, as we were growing up. So this is a loss that hurts a lot, that hits home, and that I don't think, just like my nephew, just like my father, I will ever get through anytime soon. This is a loss that's very profound. She had a profound impact in not only my life, but everyone else's. And there's a lot of regret that hangs on me, even though I try to reassure myself that life is life, and there was nothing more or less I could have done. I keep saying this to myself, however, I keep beating myself up with regret, and I keep this all internal. I don't bring this to my wife. I don't let my kids see my struggles, and I push on. Every now and then, the people I work with now will see a glimpse of it, but I try my hardest to just keep it to myself. That's not healthy. And going forward, I hope that you guys will take this journey with me, and I can just unload onto YouTube the things I've been going through. I hope to keep this as more of a video journal, and together I hope we grow from this. But I feel like time has passed, and I feel like I am okay enough to come back, to start doing things. I left a lot of people behind when I went and I left, and I apologize. I tried to post on my Facebook accounts that I have, and I tried to say something on Twitter, but really I didn't want to talk about it. So the way I deal with getting past deaths in my life is I don't acknowledge it, and I try to pretend like it doesn't exist, which is not a good way of moving forward. It really isn't. It's sad that I'm like that way. I'm trying to change, and I'm trying to keep in touch with the people I love and not shut myself down in a corner like I've done the numerous times in the past that I've ran into difficult situations. I turtle up, I shell up, and then I disappear. So I'm really sorry, and I believe I'm good enough to come back. That being said, with the new job comes a lot of really good positive in my life. I am now able to afford to have a car. Looking at where I was 5 years ago, I could tell you this: I could not even afford a phone. I had one of the free Obama phones, and I don't know if my wife would love me for saying this, but we were all in one room, and we were starting over from scratch almost immediately after my father passed. That's when I first moved up here to New York, and it took me almost a year to find my first job up here, and it's been a struggle for quite a while, and the struggle is lessening. I'm finding success in my career, which I kind of fell into. For those of you who don't know, I do loss prevention work, and it's been getting a heck of a lot better. I credit to all the people who took me in, who gave me a chance, who helped grow me and helped push me forward. Those of you know who you are, and learning from people, moving forward in life, has been this constant thing that I've been doing. And sometimes you take a step back, sometimes you move forward. I try not to forget where I've come and where I'm going. I try not to forget who I am and what I'm trying to be. So there's a lot of positives. There's a lot of positives, a lot of catching up that we need to do. And I cannot wait to show you guys like what's been happening with me for the past month. So like I said, I got a new job. They actually have a clause where anything social related, social media related, they want me to contact HR first. So I'm just gonna not name my company. But being with them so far has afforded me a little bit better of a life than I had before. So like I said, we now have a car, which is significant in a city. It travel, being able to get to the people you love, was one of the most important things. I wanted my wife to be able to go see her family whenever she wanted to. I wanted to go see her family whenever I had time. I also wanted to travel down to Virginia whenever I can to see my family. As I lose more and more family members, I get more and more paranoid with my immediate family. How long am I gonna have my mother around? I've already lost my father. I've already lost my nephew. That weighs heavily on me, considering that she's in her 80s, her late 80s. I gotta check. I gotta ask her. I don't really want to ask my mom how old she is, but is she 90 by now? I haven't been keeping tabs. I feel horrible. But I'm going to have to. It's at that point in my life where I realize that not everyone's going to be around. No one lives forever. And I don't want this to happen where I spend multiple years just in the grind trying to get a better foothold on life, and I let time pass me by and the people I love are gone. I've lost multiple aunts at this point. I've lost close family relatives. I lost my father. And I know it's going to hit me hard when the inevitable happens. And I just don't want to think about it. I'm sorry to make this video so serious, so blunt, to the point, but I don't know how else to tell you guys why I was gone. The truth is the only thing I have to give you right now, and this is it. This is everything I've been dealing with. Now, it's not all horrible. My wife has been given or asked for a promotion. They want to promote her to a manager, and that's going to significantly, again, change the dynamics of our financial situation. So the times of struggling is almost at a point where it's just not existent. Well, I wouldn't say not existent. We're still gonna have struggles, but it's lessened a lot more, and it's given me the ability to take a step back and look at what I really want to do. I really want to create content. That's what I want to do. This is what makes me happy. This is what my drive has always been. If you guys have seen me on Twitch, If you notice, I've been doing a lot more Twitch lately than anything else, and even that has been sporadic. It's just I'm comfortable on the platform, and I stream. I almost feel guilty if I'm playing a game and I'm not streaming it for my friends to see. So if you guys catch me on there, that's where I'll be. But I definitely want to start pushing the needle forward with the YouTube videos. I've noticed that everyone who subscribed hasn't left me behind and unsubscribed, and I just want to thank you guys for holding in and not leaving me as I've gone through some significant changes in the past month or so. And for you guys to just be subscribed and not leave, not knowing if I was ever going to come back, that means a lot to me. It seriously means a lot to me. So thank you guys. I don't want to drag this video out. I got a ton of clips that I had from the events and stuff that was going on, and the new car coming in, and this new we're smack dead in the middle of a community, well, not community day event, but an event, a brilliant event in Wizards Unite, and I've been playing a little. Hopefully I can finish this one, but I'll throw those in while I'm talking, so you guys can see what I've been doing for the past couple of months. But yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video, and